Good morning on this Saturday. You are looking outside over Midtown Atlanta on a very hot July morning. Thanks so much for checking in with us. I'm Megan Packer. Hope your weekend's off to a great start. That is the big story today. Really are the very hot temperatures our first alert weather team is tracking. Also talking about the possibility of storms tonight. So we'll check in with first alert meteorologist Courteney Jacobazzi in just a few moments, but I wanted to update you on some of our other stories that we're on top of this morning for you. Hard to believe that we are already talking about back to school for a lot of students across Metro Atlanta. And there are back to school bashes happening all across the area today. So we've got a long list posted on our website right now, atlantanewsfirst.com. If you've got our app, pull it up there as well. We've got it all laid out for you. A lot of school supply giveaways, food, games, music, just different opportunities to get out and about in the community and get the students and mom and dad ready for back to school. Because let's face it, it is a full family event getting everybody ready for the school year. There's another school-related story that we are on top of, and it's got to do with bus drivers. Some districts are actually facing a shortage of bus drivers. So not only teachers, but the people that drive your kids to and from school. Some districts are in different situations, not all in the same boat. Marietta, for instance, they've got more candidates than open positions. Clayton County, they have to fill about 35 positions. But DeKalb County schools, they are down more than 150 bus drivers. So that means it's an all hands on deck situation. We heard from someone with that school district saying that they are having other people drive the buses, people who have CDLs, and they are working to get those positions filled. They just gave bus drivers a pay increase. They are offering bonuses as they try to get those positions filled, but that is just something that some districts are running into as they get ready to start up the school year. All right, driving around town as you see the different lottery billboards. Have you seen this one yet? You've got a chance to win $1 billion. Remember, we just had this chance a few weeks ago. Somebody hit that $1 billion ticket out in California, but look at Mega Millions now. The billboard can't even keep up with it. It says 999 million, but it is over the $1 billion mark now. No winning ticket was sold last night. So the next drawing is Tuesday night. You've got a few more days to get out there and get those tickets. And, the Powerball, as we can see here, is 60 million. So, right, I think we'd all be fine with that. We can't really go wrong. So good luck if you're going out there to play the lotto. All right, if you've got a Ford pickup, you'll want to hear this. Ford is recalling hundreds of thousands of their pickup trucks. We're talking 870,000 F-150s from 2021 to 2023 model years are under recall right now because the parking brake may activate while you are driving. Ford says if you have one of these trucks, take it to the dealership to get it checked out and inspected for free. In Atlanta, we love our ChickfilA. So have you seen this yet? There is a new ChickfilA restaurant coming to Metro Atlanta. This one is a little different than what we're used to. Check this out. The Atlanta-based chain is planning to open 2 restaurants that aim to cut down on wait times. This is a rendering of the 2-story drive-through restaurant that it wants to test right here in Atlanta. ChickfilA says there will be options to order with a person or through the app. They hope to open up this restaurant by next year. So we will see. Okay, let's get back to our weather now. We know that the weekend is here. You might be making these outdoor plans. So I'll bring in first alert meteorologist Courteney Jacobazzi as we take another look at Midtown right now. And it's kind of just been hazy and cloudy and overcast this morning. But Courteney, when we were talking on air earlier, we watched it get to 80 degrees pretty quickly this morning.
Absolutely. And then it started feeling like the mid 80s. So if that doesn't tell you it's going to be a hot day, I don't know what does. It's going to be toasty out there, everyone, and also very humid, so that means it's going to feel hotter. Our only saving grace today is going to be what you're looking at right now over Midtown, the cloud cover. That's going to keep temperatures generally in the low to mid 90s rather than the upper 90s, but don't you worry, we will get there tomorrow with all the sunshine that will return. Good morning, I'm First Alert Meteorologist Courteney Jacobazzi. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. Let's talk about what's going to happen over the weekend. We do have several first alerts to give you a heads up, essentially, that it's going to be really hot. In fact, kind of flirting with very dangerous heat. And also we have the chance for storms later tonight. So let's talk about it. Here's a look at kind of what to expect. So I do have it as a moderate impact on your day just because of that heat. Again, as Megan said, by 9 o'clock we were already in the 80s. So expect it to just be an overall hot day from start to finish. And then we are going to watch for scattered storms tonight. Some could be strong with gusty wind, heavy rain, frequent lightning, just like we saw last night. They'll kind of move in from north to south and bring us the chance again for maybe a strong to severe storm. We don't have an organized severe threat, but still something we'll be watching for. What we watched this morning is a low that's currently sitting along the coast. So just a heads up if maybe you had last summer break weekend, the last weekend of summer break. Yeah, if you had plans for that, that's what I was trying to say. And you were maybe planning on heading to Myrtle Beach or Hilton Head, just keep in mind, or Savannah, it's going to be a little rainy today. For us here, isolated showers, especially if you're south and east of the city. And then tonight, we introduced that first alert for storms because of the chance for storms that'll go out ahead of a cold front. We'll have this essentially boundary set up, and that will serve as kind of some extra lift in the atmosphere for a few clusters of storms to develop that could maybe be on the strong side. Let's take you through our high resolution model here. Again, south and east of the city, so places like Jasper, Putnam, Lamar, Upson County. We'll be looking for you through the morning for maybe an isolated shower. Most of the rain stays closer to the coast out towards Augusta, down in central Georgia, Savannah, and the Carolinas. Now, as we head towards 4 o'clock this afternoon, a few isolated storms could pop up with the heat of the day, but notice that essentially wave of showers and storms that moves in from north to south later this evening. That's again out ahead of that front, and that could produce maybe some strong storms. Those should die down through the overnight. If you're headed to the Braves game tonight, maybe an isolated storm. If you're heading to the Battery around 5 o'clock to grab some dinner beforehand, I know this looks like it's going to be raining the entire game, but it is not. It's just telling you that there will be a chance for maybe an isolated storm starting in the evening with maybe a slightly higher coverage for the back half of the game around 9 or 10 o'clock. Don't think it'll get washed out. Could maybe have a brief rain delay tonight at Truist Park, but it is going to be very hot. In fact, we did a story about how the Braves are bringing out their cooling stations and stuff, and they're allowing you to bring small fans. I believe they said small umbrellas. Check out the Braves website and all their Instagram and stuff. I know they have posts on it because it's just going to be hot, so they want to keep you safe if you're going to the game. Today, again, mid-90s. It will feel hotter, upper 90s and drier tomorrow. Here's a look at those feels like temperatures. So with the humidity, by noon, it's already going to feel like 90. It will feel more like the mid to upper 90s today, maybe even 100 degrees in our far southern counties like Eatonton. Tomorrow, even hotter. So for heat advisory, we have to have 105 or higher feels like temperatures. So we're going to get close to that tomorrow, but nonetheless, there's really not much of a difference between 102, 103, and 105, right? It's going to be dangerously hot tomorrow. Just keep that in mind. Maybe you want to do more indoor things tomorrow, or hang by the pool, hang by the lake, whatever you can do to just stay cool tomorrow, because it will be very hot. So we do continue our first alert because of the heat. Monday, I know Butts County goes back to school. Tuesday, a whole plethora of students across North Georgia goes back to school, and it's going to stay hot. Monday, it will feel more like the upper 90s when the kids are heading back out onto the bus. Mid 70s for the morning, both Monday and Tuesday. Low 90s for Tuesday afternoon when the kids are headed home. Both days will just be scorchers. The only difference with Tuesday is I do think we'll have some drier air usher in as that low that's bringing rain to the coast this morning moves north up the coast. We'll actually get some drier air to train in behind that by Tuesday. So that could bring us lower humidity. Now, some models are hinting that could be on the way Monday. If that's the case, we'll drop the first alert, but not quite convinced that that dry air will usher in quite so quickly. So for now, we'll keep the first alert Monday, but know that Tuesday will be hot, but it'll be a drier heat on Tuesday. Wednesday, we go back into the same old song and dance of heat and humidity, low 90s, feeling hotter with isolated afternoon storms. And then Friday, we'll introduce a slightly higher coverage of storms, about a 30% coverage. That chance could go up slightly. We're watching the model trends right now. Some models are hinting that Friday will be quite wet, especially for the evening. Right now, we're just going to keep a 30% coverage, and we'll kind of fine-tune it through the week. But overall, the big story is the heat. We're going to be really, really hot this weekend, so we can't stress enough to just take it easy out there. Don't spend too much strenuous time outside. Make sure you're drinking plenty of water, all of that good stuff, just to keep safe as you round out the last weekend of summer for a lot of students. All right, everyone, thank you so much for spending some time with us. Thanks for sticking around to hear some of your headlines and your forecast. Hope you make it a wonderful Saturday and a wonderful weekend. And we'll catch you here next time.